Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
AMA series airs every Wednesday by 4 p.m. GMT+1. Showing only on Crypto TV Plus.
Alright, hello and welcome to another exciting episode of our AA series, Ask Me Anything, live on Crypto TV Plus. Now, this is actually a program where we interview players and cryptocurrencies in the crypto space, to find out literally anything. My name is Tony Obiajuru. Okay, so basically I have about quite like an interesting lineup of guests. I put it lineup, and that gives you an idea of the fact that there are actually more than one, and we're going to be discussing, or we have a whole lot to talk about basically. So, but before we begin, if you're watching this program on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as that that small button right there, so that you can always get the notification whenever we go live on any of our programs. And if you're watching on Facebook as well, also don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, so that they and we all can learn from our guest on the program today. So who are my guests on the program today, and what are we going to be talking about? My guest on the program is Mark Chirnside. He is the CEO and co-founder of Xago', and he's not alone. He's going to be joining us on the program by the Chief Commercial Officer and co-founder of Xago' as well, in the person of Mark, in the person of Jurgen Kuhnel. Sorry about that. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on the program. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to have a chat.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for giving us this platform.
Interesting. So let's just get on with it there. But before we start, right, let's let the cat out of the bag right there. I believe Xago' have something special for our viewers today. So Mark, if you would just like to tell us what this is.
Okay, we have two courses, beginner courses on Blockchain Academy for the value of 850 Rand each, and you can register online now.
Okay, so you've heard it from our guest. Mark says that there is a free course, a course that's actually free, 850 ZAR each, and it's available for you. You're going to be having, or you have access to the link in the comment section. So once you just get that link, make sure that you take this course, Bitcoin blockchain. You want to learn about blockchain, you want to learn about Bitcoin. All right, that course is available for free, and this is actually courtesy Xago'. All right, Mark and Jurgen, let's now get on with the conversation right here. Can you tell us about the ideology, right, behind Xago'?
Was it me?
So you go first. You started.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. So we've actually started quite a long time ago with a proof of concept, and the proof of concept was to use a blockchain payment at a retailer's point of sale. We believe that the existing payment rails at the retailers were, well, although they work very well, it's very difficult to build on top of them. So we needed to put in a new rail so we can do instant settlements at this point of sale. So we had quite a few considerations to take in order to build this proof of concept, and one of the things was that we would, we decided to use blockchain to do the settlement for this. We started off with Bitcoin, of course, which didn't work; it was just too slow, and pivoted over to the XRP ledger to use the for the settlement rail. It turned out to be a good choice, and obviously because of the speed and the the cost of the transactions and the throughput, which absolutely works for a retail environment. So that is really the ideology of the business, is that we wanted to bring the distributed ledger or the blockchain or crypto industry into the traditional corporates, into the retail environment, so that people can connect to the blockchain via the traditional payment infrastructure.
Okay, interesting. Now, Mark, can you try to engage us on how long Xago has been for?
Yeah, sure. We founded 2016. Jurgen, myself, and Sonia Kuhnel. We got together with this idea, as Jurgen just mentioned. We went through a family and friends type of investment for a couple of years. We did the POC, that worked very well. We had some early challenges, we say, but we got through those. We did another round of investment, and that's just been announced. That's with Impuma and Capitec and Empowerment Capital. So we've come a long way. It's taken 5 years, but certainly the last 6 months, the ramp up has been huge. And secondly, we've been actually live. The platform itself has been live for 2 years.
Oh, for 2 years. Interesting. I understand, right, that Xago is actually an all-inclusive solution right there for moving money. Just want to try as much as can to make it, very easy for anyone, all right, around the world to be able to move money easily. And that makes me wonder, and I would like to ask you there, Mark, what are the current hurdles, right, of the traditional financial institutions that you saw, okay, and probably you want to improve on by virtue of Xago, and how improving on, I mean, all the elements of the financial ecosystem right there. What are those hurdles? What did you people see and said, okay, let us create this solution for users or customers?
Well, regulation is always an opportunity and a hurdle, to be honest. So we use the regulation for crypto is always a bit murky. So we've always been engaging with the regulators here in South Africa in particular to make sure that we're on the right side, and we're helping to steer the direction with them to the right type of regulation for the industry. So that's one thing as a hurdle. Registration and KYC in know your customer validation is fun, should we say? So we're trying to make that easier. We're trying to make that a lot easier. We're starting to go to neurobiometric facial recognition. This is just about to come out. That's been in conjunction with the company and Intel. So rather than trying to remember passcodes and pins, it's actually going to use mnemonics to make sure you're alive and working, and you'll just be able to look at your phone and authorize the transaction. This gets away from other issues such as trying to get technology changed in a retailer or technology changed in a consumer. So they don't have to have the latest phone, they have to have a phone with a camera, or the retailer can use their existing equipment. So it's been very important for us that we don't try to enforce a big technical change on users and our partners. So regulation is important to us, and we are absolutely on board with it, and we're going to use it to the best of our ability and also hopefully be part of the discussion to change the regulation to make it more effective moving forward. Okay,
Mark, now that you've brought about the topic of regulation, I've got an interesting question here for you. But before we get on with that question, I'd just like to ask Jurgen right there. Jurgen, can you take us through some of the features and functionalities of the Xago? Do we have a wallet, or how is it accessible?
Sure, Xago is an online platform, so you can create an account and log in. You would be issued with a wallet, an identity. So effectively, our entire service runs on an identity token. So your identity, what Mark just touched on, is absolutely key to all the transactions and everything that flows through the system. But today we have an online portal that you can log in. You can deposit and withdraw South African rands, where we issue you our stablecoin called XZR or Xago'S, which is issued onto the Ripple ledger or the XRP ledger, apologies. And you can...
One-to-one.
Yeah, one-to-one. And also we've got an exchange function in there that where you can turn your rands to XRP and XRP back into rands. So that is the portal, and we're about to launch an app that will make that more accessible for users too. But once again, we're a business-to-business platform, so it's more important that our APIs are correct and that that the volumes and the liquidity is sorted more than, although the user experience, of course, is important. But once again, it is a business platform, so those aspects of it is more important to us.
Interesting. We're going to be looking at security shortly, because security is definitely a big problem, especially with, corporations or firms or businesses who are dealing with data of people, as the case may be. Now, coming to you, Mark, you talked about, or you touched regulation while you were speaking earlier. Can you just give us a sense of understanding of the nature of regulation in South Africa? Are we making progress? Is it stifling the growth of crypto innovative solutions, or people who are looking at the cryptocurrency as a form of business they want to create and all that?
I think the lack of regulation, it gives you the uncertainty in South Africa in particular, not knowing whether you're actually on the right side or the wrong side of that line. So from our perspective, we have to make sure that you're known. So we check your identity, we check your address, we check your face, as I mentioned earlier. And until then, you can't trade. You can go onto the platform and you can have a look around, but you cannot actually trade. Once you've done that, we will verify your bank account as well. You can then load money into the platform, and then you can go through the functionalities that Jurgen just mentioned. If you're going to withdraw back to Rand from the crypto space, back to Rand itself, back to fiat currency, we need to have a bank account, and we need to check that bank account as well. Now, we do all of this, in real time, but that's the process that we do. On top of that, there's a personal allowances. What can you send in and out of South Africa? Your personal allowance, which is typically R1 million. And if you do any sending of money through your bank system today, you have to do a form to fill in to say why you're sending the money and where you're sending it to, and they may even ask you how you got the money in the first place. And we are actually monitoring your limits all the time. So the system monitors you in that respect. So where I think that will go, we can come to that in a moment, but with the regulation, we're going to get to a point where we have to report to the SARS, for example, South African Revenue Service, how much Mark is sending out of the country, and when did Mark send that money out of the country. Mm-hmm. And any conversion between Rand and digital Rand, or Xago'S or XRP or Bitcoin, will ultimately get reported. Okay.
Now, just coming to probably continue from where you left off right there, Jurgen. Let's look at the security. We're talking about, the features of the Xago ecosystem in itself. How secure, are people's data or the data of your customers?
Well, it's absolutely 100% secure. I suppose nothing's 100% secure, but we take security very seriously. We've done 2 penetration tests where we employed professional external call it hacking companies to come and try and break our system. We those 2 tests have come back, and they were quite far apart, have come back favorably. Our entire service is actually backed on a token system. So what happens is, as soon as you create an identity, that identity gets encrypted. So even if you get that encrypted file, you're not going to really be able to do much with it. And that identity token moves through the system and activates the services as you require it. Now, what's very important about our service is nothing can actually happen with our service without the second factor authentication. What that means is we enforce second factor authentication. Now, that does mean a little bit of discomfort for the user, but it does mean more secure. And so what that means is, when you log in, you create your username. Your username is your mobile number and your PIN code. And then you have to have a Google Authenticator code, or what we're going to launch now, with your facial biometrics as your second factor of authentication. That's very important because it does mean that you have to factors, which is what you know and something that you have. And with the facial biometrics is potentially something who you are. The golden rule in security is 3 factors. It's what you know, what you have, and who you are. And they're saying that basically if you have 2 factors of authentication, it's basically unbreakable, but 3 factors is impossible to break. And so we are trying to our utmost to be the most secure and make sure that all data is secured properly. And we use VPNs everywhere. It is absolutely top of mind all over the place.
Okay, fantastic. Let's come to you. Okay, you were saying something?
You wanted to add? We're constantly going after having the penetration tests done. We're actually having the code reviewed from security experts, and it won't stop, and it'll evolve further as time goes by as well.
Okay, thanks for chipping.
Even those internal emails that is encrypted and all that stuff. So we really take security really seriously.
Of course. All right, Mark, let's now talk about the current and possible future partnerships that the community are going to be seeing from Xago. I understand that there has been, recently a partnership between you and one of Nigeria's leading crypto to fiat exchange, Bitmama. Tell us about these particular partnerships and other partnerships that you guys have at Xago, and the future potential partnerships that we'll be looking forward to.
Yeah, so the Bitmama relationship was announced last week. That is to enable 10 countries in Africa, straight after that, to enable them to do money transfer between South Africa and those exchanges. So either sending the digital ZAR and converting it to the local currency, or sending XRP and converting it to the local currency. That functionality should be released, I would think, next week. That's going well. That's a good start. We also did a relationship with a similar company called Stratum in Brazil. So that's a function, and we are just about to announce, we can't name the name, but let's just say one of the biggest in the Far East as well for similar functionality, and also for trading. So if you want to send your money out and trade on another platform in Brazil, then you can. Or you want to trade in the UK, then you can. The other partners that we're most definitely going after is money transfer partners. That's part of our regulatory position, so that we can move money to and fro effectively, quickly, within a few seconds, as opposed to today's market, which takes 4 or 6 hours if you're lucky, 3 days most likely, and much than generally through the banking platforms. Not entirely undermining the banking platforms, they do work.
Okay, Jurgen, now looking at the roadmap of Xago there, can you help people understand where you are right now as it stands, and what you're hoping to do in terms of, okay, so we've mentioned, Mark talked about possible future partnerships, right? That's going to be happening, but are there other features that we're going to be looking forward to that will be incorporated into Xago? Can you just tell us a little bit of the roadmap so that we have an understanding of the journey, right, of Xago right there?
That's actually a very important question, because at the moment what we have is a gateway and an exchange, and an ability to issue ZAR onto the XRP ledger, and we are busy forming partnerships all around the world. So our modus operandi at the moment is to create these trust lines, or these trust networks, to connect to and build liquidity. So that is through market makers, APIs, trading, getting more investment, lots of stuff that's happening to make that liquidity happen. And that is effectively the engine that needs to run between all these countries. The second phase of that would then be to integrate with a retailer, where a consumer would be able to deposit rands, for example, in one till point in Cape Town, enter his phone number and PIN at the PIN entry device, that money gets issued onto the XRP ledger, and he would then be able to send that anywhere in the world, obviously within our trusted partner network. They would then, within a few seconds, be able to take that out of a corresponding till in a different country zone. So we are in talks with a really large retailer in Africa that has a footprint all over Africa that will be able to obviously facilitate that. So the end goal, quite clearly, would be to lower the cost of remittance for people sending smaller amounts of money through borders. If you're going to be sending 200,000 rand, through the banking system today, that's okay. That works. The banks would help you and probably at quite a good rate. But if you're sending 500 or 1,000 rand or 2,000 rand to the system, you're going to pay a lot and you're going to wait very long. And that is that. And the problem with that is that the people that are sending those types of money back home from, let's say, South Africa to Zimbabwe or South Africa to Kenya, those are the people that actually need that money, and they are the ones that end up paying the most. And that is the problem that we're trying to solve, and we're going to lower the cost for that and the speed.
Okay, interesting. Now we actually have a whole lot of a couple of questions already coming in for you, Mark and Jurgen, and we're going to be looking or going into shortly right there your future prediction for the crypto space. I trust that you would agree with me that we are currently in an exciting time. We've been seeing so much happening within the space, participation of some of the big players. I call them the big boys, institutions and all that, all now, coming into the space and seeing how they can position themselves for the future. And we're going to be doing that shortly. So I'd just like to let you know that you can be part of the conversation by sending in your questions using the comment section of whatever channel that you're watching this program on. Just send in your questions either for Mark or for Jurgen, whatever you want to ask. We are discussing about Xago'S ideology, right, and the impact within the crypto space in Africa as well as globally. We are going to be going on a very short break, and when we come back, I'm going to be bringing you more, or you are going to be hearing more from Mark and Jurgen, so stay tuned, don't touch that dial. I'll be right back.
Hi, this is Padian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
You're watching
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Great opportunities are presented to us every day. But sometimes we miss them, living a life of regret and what ifs. Opportunities come but once, or maybe not. Now, a digital money revolution has come to Africa. Wealth is no longer for a selected few. Money has. Introducing Tatcoin. Tatcoin is Africa's utility token that gives you access to a life of endless possibilities. You can shop, buy real estate, travel, invest, and build wealth. For more information, visit www.tatcoin.com.
Okay, welcome back. Many thanks for staying with us. You're watching AM series live on Crypto TV Plus, and my guest Mark and Jurgen and I have been discussing about Xago, the entire Xago ecosystem. We've been looking at this particular platform or service or ecosystem, however you would like to put it. And Mark, I would just like to take a few questions from Facebook or comment section of Facebook. Here's a question from Katesh Kara from South Africa right there. He says, can I integrate this platform on my e-commerce store?
The simple answer is yes, and happy to have that conversation. More than happy to have that conversation. So, my background is in that space, so most definitely would like to. Please feel free to share my details. We can happily have that conversation.
Yeah, okay. But how is that going to be done? Like, what's the process?
So there's two ways we've been looking at it, but the simple way we want to do is to, on the website, is to literally say you want to pay with Xago, enter your cell phone number, and that's the end of it for the user. and then the message will come through to us, and we'll go back to that cell phone and authenticate the transaction and authorize the payment, and you will get digital ZAR 1-to-1. So if the basket's 1,000 rand, you'll get your 1,000 rand.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned a couple of African countries that Big Mama partnership right there will help you to be able to cover. And I would just like to ask Jurgen there, how many countries right now can access Xago?
Well, with BitMama, that will be 10 African countries. We've got the Brazilian real, and very soon it will be in East Asia. East Asia.
Far East.
Far East. Okay. Far East Asia. With a whole bunch of Eastern currencies. So we also have advanced talks with the European exchange for euro and dollar, and yeah, I mean there's 25 different types of exchanges just on that front that we are busy talking to.
Okay, Mark, here's a question from Jurgen Thelmer on Facebook, a viewer on Facebook, and he's asking, are there any career opportunities available for anyone who wants to become a part of your ecosystem?
Yeah, we do actually have a referral program, so we actually operate that. So where you can help us to get to clients, or you can help us to get clients to basically register and use the platform. So most definitely we have a referral program. I can get that information posted through yourself after the program. But we would like that to happen, obviously, because of a couple of reasons. One, our sales force is limited at the moment, but we will grow. Two, we don't know everybody, and there's a lot of people out there that want to be able to help others to move money around. So most definitely a very important channel for our future.
Okay, great. Jurgen, let me now quickly get your reaction to the state of crypto adoption and awareness, especially in Africa, since we're actually in Africa, and also get your predictions, for the crypto industry. Are you excited about where the industry is headed? Where are we right now, and where the industry is headed?
I'm almost thinking I'm the wrong person to ask, because I am extremely excited about where we are, and possibly some of my views might be skewed. But I've been involved in crypto since 2011. I've seen Bitcoin grow. I've seen XRP launch. I've seen the Ether ICOs happen. It's been an absolutely wild ride. And crypto has given the world so much already. I think a lot of people misunderstand one major thing. If you had to take something, for example, Coinbase. Coinbase has got 44 million subscribers today. That is 4 times the size of the largest bank in South Africa. So you can just imagine the size of the crypto industry already. So when people are saying, what is the future like? For me, crypto is here. It's already here. All that's happening now is corporates are starting to activate these accounts. And new channels are being opened, and really it's a new rail. It's not only here to stay, it's just going to grow from here onwards. It's an absolutely amazing invention.
Yeah, Mac, just taking it up from where Jurgen stopped, we are now seeing institutions, global institutions, like PayPal. PayPal announced last year about their plans to integrate cryptocurrency service. We've just seen an announcement from Visa as well. Looking at the industry itself, do you feel that there needs to be more sort of a validation, right, before more people can begin to engage with the enormous potential of blockchain technology that is available to all?
I think it's becoming quite commonplace that blockchain is just assumed to be in parts of products and technology, and I think that's fair, and it's actually been around for a couple of years already. I think so. That's one part. The second part is that these organizations around the world that you just mentioned are built on the credit card rails that have been around since I was literally born, so 57 years, I think, is the answer to that question. So, you don't drive a 57-year-old car, but we still want to build on the rails that we built 57 years ago. So it's definitely moving in the direction. It's definitely going to get quicker. None of us want to wait for a payment to go through. None of us want to wait to receive a payment if we're a merchant. We actually want to do it now, and it's important that it's done now. And the technology's been around for a long time to do it now, but the global infrastructure has restricted us all from doing it because it's better that they sit on our money than we actually spend our money wisely.
I like that. I like that one. Okay, so let me just quickly chip this in. Don't forget that we actually have 2 Bitcoin blockchain beginner online courses available for you. Just check the comment section if you're watching on Facebook. The link is actually right there, and all you just need to do is click take the course. Don't forget the importance of education, and I'm sure that you've always been hearing before you invest, educate yourself. And now you have a course that Xago executive team have made available for you to be able to educate yourself about the industry that you are about, to enter. And if you're already operating within the industry, just to help yourself with more better understanding of this sector. Now, let me now ask you this question, Mark, still on you. And I would also ask you the same question, Jurgen, just to get your perspective. Where do you see Xago in the next 5 years?
Well, that's always a good question, isn't it? Right, where do I see? I think the type of technology we're bringing to bear will be commonplace. I think digital fiat currencies, if that's the right way of putting it, digital cryptocurrencies, one-to-one pegged currencies, stable coins, another way, will be just standard in many countries. We will be able to make a payment as if it was using cash today. We'll be able to make that point in the retailer, we'll be able to do it at an e-commerce site, we'll be able to buy and sell cryptos, we'll be able to possibly buy and sell our house or pay for our electricity. Why not? It's perfectly normal, it's perfectly doable, and it can be done today, but obviously we've got an education to get through for that. But, it's not far away. This is a revolution that's past the it's coming. This is not coming. This is here, and this is here to stay.
It is here to stay.
And it's here to stay. And Xago's here to stay as well.
Yeah. Jurgen, you're smiling. Let me also get your perspective on this. That is actually Mark's perspective, right? What about you? The next 5 years, where do you see Xago?
I completely agree with him. So, of course, I think. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go onto TV and disagree with the CEO. But yeah, absolutely. I think that the reality is that Africa still has a problem. Money doesn't move across borders efficiently. And I think that crypto specifically is a very good solution to take on this problem. So, we all need to look back and say, why was Bitcoin started, the first crypto, the major crypto? It was started as a peer-to-peer payment network. At the moment, it's failing as that because it's too slow and it's too expensive. But Bitcoin itself has already proven that you can have a peer-to-peer payment. You can move large sums of money cross borders. Now, what you need to do is you need to break that down fractions so that you can get to a place where you can send 1,000 Rand or 500 Rand or 200 Rand or 20 Rand even if you need to, from one city to the next or from one country to the next. And that is where the peer-to-peer payments coming in from crypto. XRP is completely positioned for that use case. You can use your Bitcoins for your interbank settlements if that is what everyone believes or the gold standard. But XRP is perfectly placed to do fast, efficient settlements on with a high throughput in not only the retail environments but also cheaper payments. So, for example, the fee on XRP, which is 0.0001 XRP, you can make about I haven't made this calculation for a while, but it's 1,000 transactions for 1 South African cent. And at the moment, the Bitcoin transaction costs you 80 Rand to 120 Rand. So imagine going to a retailer, wanting to do a Bitcoin transaction at the retailer. You're buying an average basket of goods today is 200 Rand, but you have to pay 120 Rand for your transaction fee. So I don't think that is quite a plausible situation. So at the moment, Bitcoin's not helping for that, but XRP is perfectly placed for that use case.
Okay, great. Mac, one of the biggest challenges, right, with remittances, high fees and cost of transactions, and Xago is actually positioned in a place, where you can make this a lot easier for people, for customers and users. I would just like to quickly find out here, what is the exact cost of transaction using Xago?
Yeah, not a difficult question actually. So I'm one I'm prepared to do. So if you want to move money from, you want to put Rand into here and send it to Bitmama in Nigeria, it's going to cost you 0.25%. And you compare that to a bank, which is going to be typically between 4 and 9%. And then you can see it straight away why the benefit is. Second part of the benefit is it will be there, if we're unlucky, 5 seconds. If we're lucky, less than 4.
You're talking about speed right now.
Yeah, definitely. So speed is a very important part of the Xago message. If you put a transaction in right now and say send it to Bitmama, it will be in Bitmama in 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
On a good day, it could be lower than that. So, on a bad day,
that's on a good day.
A bad day, maybe five.
It actually averages at 3.8 seconds.
Oh, interesting. Really? Okay. All right. Before I let you go, gentlemen, on the program, I would just like to get your final remark here. How would you encourage a newbie, somebody who does not understand, let's say, the crypto space, or probably someone who is at the entry level and is looking for a platform to use to carry out such services? How would you encourage this person to use Xago?
Register. Do a small amount. Just put a small amount through. Very small. Try it, test it, make sure it gets to the other end. We're fine with that. You can see it. It's visible. If you get to know the blockchain a bit more, we can even show you where you can go and see it on the blockchain. Take the Blockchain Academy course. That's another good option. Get to know how it really works. Take the starter or the advanced courses. That would be my role. Do something, and to be fair, that's how most people apply with us. They do a small transaction, they're happy, and then they grow. Okay,
thank you, Jurgen. My final question for you is, what are you doing at Xago to encourage or drive crypto and blockchain education, apart from the blockchain courses that Mark has already mentioned? What else are you doing to support or promote the idea of crypto and blockchain technology, even to the wider parts of the earth?
So we just struck up a relationship with the Forex Varsity that's got 100,000 users. That's going to do a referral program through their system. We also I run a crypto WhatsApp group that does some trading analysis. We do Twitter analysis on crypto.
Telegram
as well. We all the social media we post that all over social media. We've got a news section on our site that has opinion pieces on that explain certain issues that are currently prevalent. We also before COVID, we used to do meetups. We had a meetup group that toured through South Africa and sort of created people and did like like a live session, show trading, explain how things work. Mm-hmm. That was actually quite successful. What else are we doing? I can't think of more things now, but absolutely we are engaging the market.
Okay. We're going to educate through partners. Very important part of our strategy. So the Bitmamas, the Far East, the local exchanges. So we're continuing to do that education as well. So to make it easier.
And Mark, I believe your you're more open for more partnerships?
Most definitely, yeah. So as Jurgen said earlier, we're doing about 25 at the moment in various stages. And like I said, four of them have come out the other side already. So open to more exchanges, open to money transfer companies or organizations, I should say, or people wishing to do that. We're open to businesses, you know. I want to pay using this functionality as well in the fullness of time. So I want to be able to pay my suppliers. Why again should I use the banking platform? I can make it quicker and faster, and again, it's in my bank longer than it is in theirs.
I think an important thing as well is that we got investment from a bank, one of the biggest banks in South Africa. It just shows that the way we approach things are from a regulatory standpoint. We make sure that our books are 100% audited. We do all those checks and balances to make sure that it's a credible service, a trusted network, and we give these exchanges around the world the opportunity to now start transacting with South African customers. That is the important thing. So it's a trusted system backed by a bank.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me on the program. At this point, I'll just have to let you go, and do have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, and that's it. We've come to the end of the program. Don't forget, if you're watching this program on YouTube, please hit that subscribe as well as that tiny bell button right there so that you can always get notification whenever we go live on any of our programs. We're on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just follow us or search and follow us at Crypto TV Plus. Other spots, yes, I have a special announcement, or let's say a shout out to make here. I'll just want to say a shout out for as many who participated in our Talk Tuesday, especially on Instagram. So this is a shout out going out to Nafisat. Okay, I think these are actually the handles, so I'll just read out the handles. Nafisat, I see you. Thank you for participating. Official Easy Fox, thank you for always participating. Ajayi Rachel, thank you for participating as well. Michael Alberto, thank you. This is Official Tatcoin Chief. Yes, this is a big shout out to you. Thespian King, I can see you. Tompolo Tatcoin Lord. Oh, these are actually amazing names. I see you. Then we have Umufor Faith. I may not be able to pronounce that correctly, but you get the shout out, right? And finally, I have Abusa 5-star massage. Okay, this is actually interesting. Thank you for participating in Crypto TV Plus Talk Tuesday, where we just ask you, random questions and just allow you share your thoughts with us and your opinions and all that. A big shout out to all of you. I trust that you're all having an amazing time. Okay, and we've come to the end of the program. My name is Tony Obiajo. Don't forget to visit our website, www.cryptotvplus.com, to stay up to date with the latest gist, events, trends, and happenings within the crypto space. Till I come your way next time, it's a bye for now.